Hi guys, welcome to another Journey Now video. You are with Heidi and I am here today to speak and deliver a message. We've got a few with us today and it's in relation to the 22222 portal. And really this is, the second month, the 22nd day of 2020. And it boasts significance, they say, in the numerical value of the twos, being that there's 5 twos within this stargate or this specific alignment. And what they really are basically astrological alignments that happen within our specific universal spectrum. And how they affect us really does dictate where we're sitting at in our particular journeys and the amount of light that we are expanding within our universal self. So it's very important that we realize that when we are speaking of these large gateways, that we understand how in sync and in attunement we really are with these numerical values. So specifically within this number 2 portal having the 5 twos, this really puts the looking glass on the number 5 within this video. Being 5 is a fantastic number when we want to talk about change and we want to see change reflected both within and without. And so we've got a few here today. Now they're pushing me to introduce them before I get going on the topic. So today, I don't even know if I've ever done a video with this many entities present, and the entities that are coming through, and there's a huge rush of energy coming even now as I'm getting prepared to introduce them, that it gets a bit hard to catch your breath, so you just got to ground yourself through it. So within this portal that I am working, because we really want to take our own package from it. That's what they're saying, and take your package from the portal and then open it and work with it. So in particular for me, this portal has been very expressive, and that is the word of the day. It's kind of like Sesame Street. They always throw in a word of the day for me. So my creative processes is what I have been stepping into. That is the change that is coming to me and that I have visualized and would like to see taking place, is stepping into my organic expression, because that's where it really becomes important, is to understand when we're talking about these alignments and how they actually correlate through and around us. It really has to do with what is your organic nature. So within this portal, I have really been given a key, and I have quite literally, in fact, found many keys. And then within my meditations, been given these many keys to open up my own heart space, to allow my authentic, organic self, because that's what we're trying to get to, is our organic root system template, your true divine essence. And everyone's is different. So I've been stepping into writing and all of the creative outlets that I have recognized have been crying out and waiting to be established within, it's like my personal tree of life. And so that's what they're hoping to deliver and give to you. And they're letting me know right now, because I can feel the energy flaring up in my arms and hands. There's going to be an activation as well within this video to help you align with your organic nature. And with that being said, they want me to introduce, okay, not in any order of importance. Firstly, the highest self that I have been capable of receiving and has been coming in like someone opened a floodgate within this portal of the twos is Aria, is what I call her. And I mean, I'm really trying to step into the light language, and for whatever reason, and I don't look at it in a bad way, and I wish for you, when you're struggling to feel this thing coming up out of you that isn't coming, it's just not time. But there is a light language developing within me from Aria, and even to pronounce her name, I would have to roll my tongue quite extensively to even pronounce her true name. And again, names are really irrelevant when we're connecting to higher dimensional beings because they don't speak English. So it's really a translation that my human self can relate closely enough to the language. And so her full name is Ariella, and then the extensive tongue roll, which I guess I'm not going to do yet. And then I just call her Aria, but she is actually a BluRay. So she's an ultra sensitive BluRay empath. And what does that mean? That makes me extremely empathic. So this is when we get to dance with our organic nature. They're saying that the higher that you reach into yourself and into your heart, going to the very center, we all have our own central sun, by the way, which is our true heart space, and it resides also within the gut area, within those lower chakras. And now my dragon's coming in, and he's really lighting up the sacral and the solar plexus, saying that with that united front, we can step into the true heart space. And from those points of being, we can really track, because this is what we're all doing. It's like being these detectives in a super fun game of trying to find yourself, trying to find that original, organic you. So as far as I can tell at the moment, because things always change, we're constantly reaching higher, we're constantly learning more, and we don't ever want to stop. But outside of connecting to source, creator, light itself, my highest attunement thus far is Aria. So a little bit about her is, it's hard. This is where we sit on ourselves. This is where we begin to suffocate our identities, which is what this video is about. It's hard to sit on top of truths and accept, acknowledge, and embrace truths that seem to have nowhere to go for verification, nowhere to explore other people's experiences or points of view, their own consciousness towards specific beings. When we're sitting in these times that are just so unique, where we are on the precipice of opening into brand new living, brand new knowledge of where actually we become the founders of this information. And that is what we are doing as star seeds in whichever way we have taken on our divine missions. We are trying to stop suppressing truth based off of our own reflections outward. And when we search and we find no verification, to accept and allow anyways. And so that is why Aria comes in to introduce herself as a Mintakan, as far as I understand. And of course there can be many layers that I'm not capable of reaching yet. But for today, she is an ultra-sensitive BluRay empath, and I have been relating to her as a Mintakan, and very hard to find any information on these specific beings, but they work very closely with the violet flame, which has allowed me to understand why I connect so strongly with Saint Germain, and of course the twin flame union that represents within the violet flame. Of course, Saint Germain has a twin flame, Portia, and so carrying that purple flame, the violet flame, a lot of times is going to signify some type of dance within that twin flame capacity to hold that light of the twin flame. And so second guest coming in for the activation today is Saint Germain in his united presence with his twin flame Portia. So we've got the 3 so far, and then another of my favorite, and I think what you'll find as well, which I have discovered recently, is that I have Archangel Michael and the electric blue fire, which again closely works with the blue ray and the violet ray. So we've got those 3, and then I will decide to call them my Holy Trinity, and I will unite them for today's activation. And we are talking very, very high frequency light coding coming in, because we have all of those high elements of the light spectrum. So this is a beautiful gift, and really again coming to the point of expressing your divine truth and self, going against the odds, because this is what today's video is about in the ascension that is the ascension. We're in it. 2020 is now. So without having anybody there to verify your truth, to be able to stand in it and hold it regardless. That's what this activation is for. Who are we really? Who are you trying to come back to? Who are you trying to unite with to create your brand new experience? We have to integrate these layers of the light that are capable of playing, who are looking to play, waiting to be integrated to carry out your 5D incarnate experience. So come on, you guys, let's integrate, express, no matter what that is for you. Do not let anyone shut you down, even your own self, you'll find, because you are the one who's going to shut down your own truth faster than anything else. So that's what the activation is today. So here you guys go. Let's get started. Again, remembering that we've got within this interplay of energy, it's energetic alchemy, light coding, and it's going to be my style, which is the hand mantra. They want me to tell you that the hands are directly expressive of the heart space, and you find this when words are not always necessary. And you'll find as we're stepping into this higher ascended point of existence, a lot more telepathic style communication is going on, and there becomes less and less need for the words, which is what makes these hand mantras so beautiful. And just as a side note, there are of course people who have come into experience and gift and give and learn without the sense of hearing, and we can't forget them. So in a way, this is a beautiful gift, like sign language. We could almost equate it to that. So let's get going, let's get rolling, and we start by bringing in and harnessing the heart space into our hands, and we're integrating organic truth in the 22222 portal. Love and light, here we go. Deep breath in and out. Lots of water after this activation. Use it as often as you would like. And we start at the throat. Divine truth, divine essence. We must heal our truth and our throat chakras, people, before we can embrace our own individual light spectrum. We are all playing with a light spectrum. That is what we are here to do, here to hold, and here to give. We all have our own rays of light that we code and hold within our cellular capacities. They call this a cellular memory complex. And this is what we are trying to restore, is basically on all levels. They're actually bringing up cellular mitosis and how important that is within these activations, that we encourage the cellular expansion and growth, the mitosis state of our cellular capabilities to reach out higher, because they duplicate, and we're trying to duplicate a crystalline copy of what is carbon. So I think that's pretty cool. This activation is going to help us at the cellular level, activating dormant DNA structures within our memory complex. There's many types of memory complex. We have memory complex that holds our everything, our every essence from the very beginning of our individual journeys into karmic living experiences, because most of us have been quite a few things at this point as we're coming down as star seeds into this very tough. That's what it is. It's tough. This is no easy feat, you guys. We are conquerors. We are warriors. We are Amazons, goddesses, gods. Like, this is us. That's why we're here, is because we can and do carry those potentials and capabilities. And taking the deep breath, because we're speaking truth again, this is the divine mission, is to bring those light spectrums down and to hold them on the earth plane, whether it be 3D, 4D, 5D. Because we did not come down here to only hold within one-dimensional level. We are holding light from every spectrum we are capable of holding, and have been holding and have held. So integration, integration, integration. Now they're going to work on our hearing truth, regardless, they say, of what the eyes see, of what the words say. Do we hear truth when it is spoken? Do we receive the activations of our true heart space, regardless of the mirror, the great mirror? The mirror is a real thing, you guys. Very important to understand that what goes on up here, there is a mirror effect down here. And they say they'll leave it up to you to decode that, because that means many different things to many different people. Now we're going to go up. We're going to work on the crown and the third eye. There is a lot of hindrance in these areas because they have been suppressed for pretty much our entire karmic experience, regardless of how clairvoyant, clairsensitive you are and have thought you have been. You are much more. So we all are holding, they call it grand suppression of truth and light from our own central core. Very good. I like that. And then they want to work on the spine. They say there are so many people who have spinal problems, back problems, and this all speaks directly of interruption of our internal flow, our chakra alignment. many times all of these symptoms are related to specific blockages when we're talking about our carrier body and how it functions and moves itself. There is direct correlation. I myself have underwent spinal surgery and spent a good better part of 3 years bedridden due to lots and lots of reasons, but always all related to the spine and the back and the hips. So I know what I'm speaking of when I talk about this as a symptom of your physical manifested trigger. They want me to repeat that. We're trying to trigger a very important awareness and realization in and through you when your physical avatar ceases to function. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. That's what they want to say for that. Oh, now they're going to continue some more work on the spine. It's like pulling up cords, and it's like recircuitry. It's very cool because they show it to me, and it's a lot of neurological repatterning, and it's almost like sewing with different lines of light. That's what I see when they're doing work on my body. It's basically like in a living grid system where all I see is lines of light, and I see numerical coding, ones, zeros, all within the electromagnetic field and resonance, the Schumann resonance. All of those things, that's where the alignments are happening when we are receiving downloads, uploads, any way you want to look at it, put it, it's all good. That's what we're doing here today. Please, please take care of yourself, because they're saying this again too is so important within this portal, because we are lacking our own affirmation qualities to, like a baby, self-soothe, self-love, and we are continuously looking outward for these things. You have to give them to yourself. You can't not give it to yourself and actually receive it in its full effect from another. You have to be capable of that self-love in order to divinely take in the counterpart of it. So that's true of everything. That is speaking so specifically of the law of attraction. All right, guys, I think we're good. We'll check in again next time. Let me know anything you'd like about your authentic identity. Whether you're sitting on it because you're scared that nobody believes it, you're scared that you're wrong. There's none of that here. Feel free in the comments below to express. Have you come into contact with a higher conscious you? And what does that look like for you? What did you get from that, and what are you continuing to receive from this divine source that is yourself? Love and light. I love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.